Alright, happy Friday! We got the new Vruzend kit, version 1.5. They were nice enough to send me a new kit after I put a video on for the first one, and built a battery for my son's electric four-wheeler. A lot of trial and error, so I'm looking forward to the improvements made in the new kit. So, let's get this up here. We got bus bars, we got nuts, zip ties, ooh, and colorful. Okay, so the biggest change, obviously, is colors. And instead of the clear plastic, we've got blue and red. And I'll make red positive and blue negative. We got a whole bunch of these. Just gonna lay these out here. Alright. So they're a little, I noticed they're a little thicker on the little nubs. They're a lot more solid looking. Oh yeah, even the little things in here, they're very stiff. I don't remember if the new ones last time were that stiff. Yeah, I think I'll make another video comparing the two, or another part of this one. I can tell this part here is taller, which is nice, because the previous kit, the first kit, this was not real big, and had some issues with the bolt not being long enough, and I couldn't fit all the bus bars, but this definitely looks longer. Okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm building, use the same batteries. I've got several batteries since then, but I'm going to go back to these BAK batteries that I got, the 2200 milliamps. It's just for a little 24 volt, 250 watt four-wheeler, so it doesn't need a whole lot of power. It needs to be perfect for that. So I'm going to do 7S 3P. So I've got 21 cells. They're all matched up voltage, everything. So I need some more red ones here. What I found before, and what I'll probably do again, is build each string individually and then connect them together. So I'll start. Also, not to interrupt myself, but they also don't have the Vruzend thing written there. That was one thing I know is different. Before, it was, I tried to line up all the words, you know, the Vruzend ones going this way, and they didn't always line up with the pieces out here. So it was a little different. You know, these little outpost things didn't always match up with the Vruzend thing, so that kind of bothered me. But it's nicer like this. Okay, so let's put it together. I'm going to put a string of 3. I'm going to do the parallel groups first. Okay. Oops, I already made a mistake. If you can see, this is an outie and outie on the bottom, innie on top and bottom. We want to go all the same direction. So, let's see. That'll be the same direction. So we're going to point to this way and down. So I'm just going to build that the same way. Having to rebuild the other one several times before I finally got it right. I've learned a lot of things from my mistakes, which is what you're supposed to do. Okay, 3. Okay, these do feel very, very solid. I don't see any cracks, like the old ones would crack really easily, and some of them were cracked when I got them. Let's see, okay, there's not very many. Okay, so here's my negative side. I'm going to put 3, so I need to connect these here. Okay, now the benefit of having like this is now these just slide in both of them at the same time. Okay. positive. Now I'm going to build the top of these two, and then I'll connect the other two together. But I want to, when you put them in, to get a good contact, I've noticed if you do either one parallel or two together, squish them together with your hands, check the voltages, make sure there's not one that doesn't have a good connection, and then move on to your next set. So you don't want to do them all at once, because then you're hammering away on them, and it's not a good way to do it. Okay, so we need a red top for this one. The color coding is really nice to have. It makes things much easier because you don't want to connect or mix up your negative and positive, because then sparks fly, and that's not good. Okay, that's red. Let's go in the opposite direction. Okay, you can see all the pointy parts go up and over. This is going to go down. Oops, gotta use the right color. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. These are a good tight fit, which is good because you don't want them all rattling around. Ow. Tap on this a little bit. Okay. It might be better to do one row at a time. But, here we go. So, blue, red, red. So, let's get these going. So, they do have a positive and negative marked on here. Also, on all those that were on the outside previously, I wrote in Sharpie as well. It's always good. The last thing you want to do is mix up your negative and positive, so I put the negative ends into the blue. This row of 3. Oh, there's one that I wrote the positive. So negative goes down here. Okay, so very good. And then so these positive. Yeah. Now the positive end, this end, is going to go into the red. Okay. Then obviously they're not even. That's okay. They're going to be. Just gonna put this end on top. Okay, and then put it together. Test your strength. Okay. You don't want to push them so far that they smash up against the inside, but especially being new, they do require a little bit of force. So we're going to check the voltage on these. My handy dandy voltmeter here. It's having problems. There we go. Now, they were all 3.79 when they started. So what's going on here? So 13 volts. That doesn't make any sense. 15 volts. What? 13 volts. 11 volts. Okay. We need to check something here. What's going on? Okay, these are all positive up here. ground, negative. There's no bus bars, so why is it showing so many voltage? Could be my voltmeter here. Let's see. I'm going to put these on. Ah, 3.79. Okay, good. The voltmeter's seen better days. $3.79. 3.79. 3.79. 2.79. Okay, so all of them got good voltage. God, all of them have good voltage. 3.79, same as they were when they came on. If you put on a whole bunch at a time, you're gonna inevitably have one or two that are not sealed really well and have voltage issues. If you take it one row at a time or two, I'd probably stick with one. That kind of alleviates some of that problem. So I'm going to build the next one here, which is 3 red. Three red together. Oops. Gotta make sure they all line up. Okay, so when you're going to do the next ones, you want to be able to have the whole battery, top and bottom, slide on. If you've got a mix matched, one goes up and one goes down, there's no way to just slide the battery on. You have to do it, you have to take the whole thing apart. You don't want to have to take the thing apart more than one time. That's why all the things need to be going the same direction. Okay, so if you put this on like here, okay, that would slide into here, then this should slide up into here. Okay, so this is going to be going the same direction. Good. Now this will work, except for if I wanted to add any more in parallel. The male ends up here, the female ends up here. So real quick, it's going to be easier now to take this apart than to try and do it later. I'm going to double check this. So this, we want the male end pointing up. That's from there, so that's how we're going to do it. So check the relative position before you start putting your parallel group together. That always helps. Okay, so that's together. That will slide in here. Female, male, it'll slide in. And then you have, as this is going down, then this one will go up into here, and it's going to point that direction. So we're going to build these. Here we go. After you take them apart a few times, they well, this is a 2 different color blue. That's kind of funny. They get easier to take apart. They get kind of worn in a little bit. The cells also fit a little better once you take them out, in and out a few times. Hopefully you don't have to do that the first time you deal with it, because that's not what you want to be doing. So both these are going to be going this direction. I'm going to be going positive in, down, into the red, positive into the red, and positive into the red. Now that they're in there, I can stick this on, and I don't need to worry about it not fitting. This will all line itself up with the other one. It doesn't matter where these are rotated. So again, put it between your hands. a simple press, give firm pressure. You don't have to, Johnny Armstrong it too much, but it's just enough. Then we've got positive down here, negative up here. We've got the opposite on the other side. It's going to slip. Let me see that. Slip in. Okay, so right there. Line it up. Okay. Good. Check the voltages on this top one. Put this on. 279. 279. 379. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get this put together. Then I'm going to try to put the bus bars on the correct way. The last video is almost laughable how awful it was, where the placement was on the bus bars. I know what I'm doing now. I'm going to put the bus bars on in a moment, and then we'll go hook it up and see how